I'm sure that a lot of you seen me losing my cool last night on Facebook. And I'm making this video. This isn't going to be a poor Steve video. This is going to be a video to hopefully open some eyes a little bit and make you sit and realize of what you do affects so many other people. It may be a little bit inconvenient, it may have a little bit short of time, but it's I just want you to think about the people in your life, or that were in your life. As many, if you know me for a while, you might have known my dad. He was a very nice man, a very sweet man, never violent. He would go out of his way to help people as much as he could. He sometimes even took money away from us and food away from us as a family to give to other people. And he would always do whatever he could. He was a volunteer firefighter and everything. And I'd like to think that I followed and picked up on a lot of his traits. I hope I have anyways. I've always tried to do my best to help other people, to think about others, to be there when people needed me. When in my early adult life, like through my 20s and everything like that, I was very popular. If you were having a party, everybody wanted Steve there. Oh, he was the funny guy. He'd be the guy that gets suspended from school for streaking the hallways. And he was cool to hang around. Steve's a good guy. And I've always tried to do as much as I believe I could. Be there for people when they needed to. Sat up all night talking with somebody when they needed an ear. Always attending friends' children's events, going to dance recitals, piano recitals, buying every damn chocolate bar and cheese and I don't know, ornaments, everything when their kids are selling them. Couldn't really afford it, but show support and be there and the whole bit. And my phone would ring off the hook all the time. Steve, come on over, buddy, we're having a party. Or, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, come with us, it'll be a blast, we'll have fun. Come drinking with us or whatever. And the whole bit. I started off volunteering for St. John Ambulance when I was in my early teens, and the cadets there and come up. Gave a lot of my time helping, being there for others when they needed medical assistance and stuff, and learned hard. And my first job ever, most people's first job ever is like McDonald's or something like that. When I was 16, I was helping a friend with their business, and I was picking up bodies for the coroner's office. Whether it be a car accident on the highway, somebody step out in front of a train, like a suicide, a murder, anything. And I did it to help my friend, but I also did it so it was pretty nasty and sometimes, and I didn't want other people to have to do that, or my friend to have to do it alone. And so I grew up around the ambulance and fire department and all that kind of stuff, and I was always there for people as much as I could be. I've always wanted to do more, but obviously things come up in your life where you can't. Several years ago, I was working high profile security guarding famous people. A-list celebrities when they come into the area, famous bands. I would hang with Kiss. I would with the Doobie Brothers, Lone Star. There's just so many I can't name them. Had a blast. Was having fun. Just doing the high profile security for them and everything. And I felt that I should be doing more in my life. Making a difference in people's lives more, and there wasn't really a whole lot of opportunities around here. So I quit the job that I liked very much, and I moved down to a volunteer position in Prince George's County, Maryland, which is basically a suburb of Washington, D.C. For 2 different stations down there, I lived right at the firehouse 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they have a unique program down there where if you go down and volunteer for them, live at the firehouse, they'll pay to send you through school. It's a tuition program. So I went down there, and no income coming in. 3/4 of the time I was down there, there's no income coming in at all. Get awful hungry. If you were at the station and the horns went off, you would have to answer. You have to answer. You can't let the other people go. All the time I was down there for several years in total, I don't think I slept through the night once. Getting up in the middle of the night and answering calls and rescuing people from big fires, medical calls, gang violence, drive-by shootings, everything you can think of. And the experience I got was great, and I felt it was pretty rewarding. It was, but you also have to sacrifice a lot too. It's when it's a volunteer position, no income coming in, you get very hungry sometimes. And I got real sick with diabetes, and of course you can't afford the medical care in the States. It's just phenomenal. And I come back home, and since I come back home, unfortunately I haven't been able to work at all, and that affects due to lack of a better word, your manliness and everything. In the last 2 years alone, not counting emergency room visits, I've been physically admitted to hospital 32 times. And that's not counting all the years before that. That's just the last 2 years. And as I said, I did my best to be there for every one of my friends and family that I could. I'm far from perfect. Again, I'm not trying to get me to whine. I'm trying to show you of what you do affects other people's lives. Do you know in all the time, probably almost 10 years now, that I'm in and out of hospital, so many times, not counting the people that live in my house, not a single person ever has come to visit me at hospital. I've come very close to death twice, very, very sick. They don't expect me to live very long. I'm actually living longer now than what the doctors thought. In all that time, I think I can count on one hand of the people that's even called me to see how I'm doing. That's even just called me out of the blue and say, you know what, I'm not feeling well, but how are you doing there? Are you doing good? Is there anything you need? The whole bit. And being physically limited, I can't get out very much. Because of diabetes, I'm losing my vision very fast. And within the next 1.5 to 2 years, I'll be very surprised if I'm not totally blind. As you can probably tell by this video, because in the middle of the night I don't have them in, I don't have any upper teeth anymore. From the diabetes and me getting so sick, I vomited so much that the acid ate away all my teeth. And I'm literally, body-wise, crumbling every day, getting worse. I've been in this unit, or this townhouse, for 6 years. I have never, that I can recall, ever had any one of my friends ever come visit me. Ever come to London and say, you know what, pal? We're coming to London here, going to do some shopping or something like that. Thinking about grabbing some lunch. How would you like to come out for lunch with us, sir? Put the coffee pot on. I'm coming over. All the people that I did my best to be there whenever I could. Sorry if I keep stopping. I'm still a little bit upset and angry over this. And I've always made excuses. You know what? They're busy. They have kids, or they've working at their job or whatever. Even my supposed best friend, who only lives 25 minutes from me drive, who's in my city probably once a week. He has never come to visit me. Not once. Even though I've asked him a whole bunch of times. I've asked him a bunch of times to... I would be willing to take a bus or train down to his city and take him out for dinner. Hang out, go to the movies, sit on the couch and watch something on TV with him and mow down on popcorn or something. In the 6 years I've lived in this place, he has actually called me 3 times. That's it. If you have somebody in your life that may be sick or something else that's similar, you have no idea how painful loneliness is. I would much rather be beat up by a group of guys 5 times a week than I would of how lonely somebody is. Sometimes people take their grandparents and put them in a home and maybe visit once a month, if that. Or, oh yeah, I should call this guy, but I'm kind of busy. This program's pretty good on TV here. I want to binge watch on Netflix. Maybe I'll call him next week. Maybe I'll check in on them, see if they need anything. Just call them up and make fun of them. Make them laugh. Do something. And I've always been the nice guy over, oh yeah, make excuses for people and everything, but that's about to end. Just for the fact of, even though I care for a lot of people, if it's not reciprocated at all, there's just a lot missing. A lot. Other than me going to the hospital, I get out very rarely because I can't drive and taxis are very expensive here in London. And a little small gesture could mean a lot in somebody's life. I want you to think for a minute and see if there's anybody in your life that maybe you've kind of neglected lately or forgot about, or maybe an old friend from high school, you guys kind of drifted apart, but you'd like to see how they're doing. A quick visit, a phone call, invite them out to grab something to eat. Anything like that. I think you get my drift. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I'm not saying I'm a good Christian, but I believe. And I think one day, when we die, I strongly believe, we're going to have to answer for what we did on our lives. The good, the bad, how we treated people, how we shown love to other people. And I just think that if you believe the same way, maybe reconsider what's in your life. The people in your life, the people that were in your life. Someone you might want to show. So I encourage people, instead of, as I said, watching TV, hanging out, just not doing much, laying on the couch kind of thing, or whatever, try to make an effort to really consider how your actions would affect somebody else. Everybody seems to think about, oh, it's me, how is this going to affect me? How is this going to inconvenience me? The whole bit. And I'm not saying anybody in particular, I'm talking in a general sense. And I just want you to take a minute to think of how you affect, or how it would affect your friends, your family, people that were once in your lives, someone you once cared about. And I won't keep preaching on this, but no, stupid video's already 15 minutes here. Alright, I'll end it here. I think I'm going to cut myself off from a lot of so-called friends and family and concentrate on the ones. Well, as far as friends, I really only have one friend that checks on me on a very regular basis, and he lives in Burlington. As a matter of fact, when I got upset and mad tonight and he seen my post, he's actually on vacation in the Dominican Republic with his wife. And he's either texted me or called me on the phone 3 or 4 times a day to check on me. That means a lot, but when there's only one, as I said, loneliness, I would much rather suffer anything than the loneliness and feel of being deserted. And thinking, how crappy am I that they don't even remember me anymore? But, alright, I'm going to end this. And probably post on my Facebook page here, but just want you to think. Alright? Thanks.